Welcome back to the Sports Perspective TV viewers and subscribers. As always, thank you for tuning in. Really appreciate you taking the time out to watch the video and interacting with the videos as well. Definitely much appreciated. So in this video, as you can tell from the thumbnail, we're going to be talking about Shamar Joseph and Shimron Hetmyer, as to whether or not they will actually get any game time in the upcoming series between T20 series between West Indies and South Africa. So just stick around to the end of the video. I'm going to be sharing a few things, sharing my thoughts and sharing a few observations as well. And definitely giving you, the viewers and subscribers, an opportunity to share your thoughts in the comment section as well. Do you think they will get an opportunity to play in this series, right? Considering what happened in the T20 World Cup. So, but before I get into that though, just take a quick second to hit that like button. Very important. It's very simple, very quick and easy, but it goes a long way in helping the channel to grow. And also hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to the channel as yet. So just do those two things really quickly, and as we get into the details of the video, right? So it's no surprise if you've been following West Indies cricket for any period of time, then especially this summer, then you know that the T20 World Cup was played, and Shamar Joseph and Shimron Hetmyer I would say they were the only two players in the squad that didn't play any of the matches in the T20 World Cup, right? Surprisingly, most would say, definitely surprisingly, that because coming in the World Cup, you would think that Shimron Hetmyer and Shamar Joseph, those were two of the biggest names in the team, right? Hetmyer, for his performance in franchise cricket, and Shamar Joseph, new kid on the block, having great impact on the West Indies team in the test format. And we're looking forward to see him perform in the T20 World Cup as well. But that did not materialize. They did not get any game time in the T20 World Cup, right? Now, some would say them not getting any game time was valid. Others would argue that it didn't make any sense, right? Depends on which side of the fence you are on, and how you view the players. As far as both of the players though, I would say for me personally, I would say the Shamar inclusion was more of a surprise for me, considering the bowling options that we had over the Hetmyer. So coming into the World Cup, I would tell you that I would have been surprised if Hetmyer didn't get any playing time. But after seeing how the batters batted, especially Ashraf and Rutherford, who it was him and Hetmyer competing for that spot, right? Rutherford performed well, won a match for us in the World Cup and had some scores here and there, right? So from my perspective, it's understandable why Hetmyer did not get any playing time over Rutherford in the World Cup. Even though persons, myself included, were trying to find a way to get Hetmyer in the team, even suggesting that he could possibly open because we were struggling in the opening spot, but it didn't materialize, right? Shamar Joseph, on the other hand, I do think so Shamar and Alzarri, they are the pace bowlers, right? As far as fastest bowlers. Alzarri, he was our leading wicket taker it was either Alzarri or Akil. But Alzarri took quite a few wickets in the T20 World Cup as well. So it would have been hard for Shamar to get in over Alzarri. But as it relates to Obed Mackay, especially in the match against England, I do think Shamar, that spot could have gone to Shamar. But that's water under the bridge is gone. But just wanted to share my thoughts on that a bit, right? Now, if you look at the current team, right, there isn't too much difference between this current team and the team that took part in the T20 World Cup. So the only differences are there's no Brandon King or Kyle Mayers, there's no Andre Russell, and there's no Alzarri Joseph, right? So those are the three changes from the T20 World Cup squad, in this current squad, right? So the fact that there's no Alzarri Joseph, I think that bodes well for Shamar getting into the team, right? Because if you look at the current makeup of the team, like I'm saying, Shamar is definitely the fastest bowler in the squad, right? And he's in form as well, coming off his 5-wicket haul in the test match versus South Africa, right? So, you take those into consideration. And Sammy also said that he, and this was in the pre-World Cup press conference, if you remember correctly, Sammy did say that, he views Shamar as an impact player in the power play, him having the ability to take wickets early in the power play, which is something that the team had struggled with going into the World Cup. Wasn't that much of a factor in the World Cup because we got early wickets, but Sammy considers Shamar as that player who's able to get the wickets in the power play, right? So the fact that there's no Alzarri now, and no Russell as well, who's also a pace bowler, in my opinion, it means that Shamar will definitely get game time in this series, right? Regardless, even if they were there, right? Even if there was a Russell and an Alzarri, I think Sammy wants to see what Shamar is capable of doing in the T20 format. As he looks to build towards the next T20 World Cup, right? So I think Shamar getting game time in the World Cup will definitely Shamar will definitely get game time in the World Cup, right? Now, before I speak about Hetmyer, I'm going to share the comment of the day, right? And the comment of the day this time, it comes from Anthony Sonic, or Sonic. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing your last name correct, but I'll say Sonic, Anthony Sonic, right? And he said, I personally think that Hetmyer will withdraw from playing. But this is just my thinking for what it's worth, right? So, Anthony, what I would say to that, I did reply to you in the comment section as well. But what I would say to that is I don't think Hetmyer will withdraw. I do think that there is a chip on Hetmyer's shoulder after him not getting a chance any game time in the T20 World Cup. So I think Hetmyer, will coming into this series, he will have something to prove, both to the fans and to Sammy or the coaching staff that did not give him any game time in the World Cup, right? So with that chip on his shoulder, I do think that Hetmyer will come and play. He won't withdraw, right? No, because I if you think about it, right, there must have been communication between him and the coaching staff, him and Sammy, during the World Cup and then even before the squad was selected. So if he was thinking about not playing, I don't think he would have given the go-ahead for them to include him in the squad, right? So that's just my thoughts on that. Now, if you look at the batting, though, I would say it will still be more of a challenge for Hetmyer to get in this team than Shamar, right? For Shamar, there are bowlers that are missing, right? So it's an easier pick for Shamar to come in. Now, if you look at the batting lineup for this team, the batting lineup is pretty much similar. It's only a Brandon King, and a Andre Russell from the batters that's really not there compared to the World Cup squad. Brandon King is an opener, and it doesn't seem as if they plan on using Hetmyer in the opening position, right? So Rutherford is still there, who he who pretty much replaced Hetmyer in the starting lineup. So it will still be hard for Hetmyer to get in this team, unless he is gonna bat at a number 7, in that position where Andre Russell was batting, but then you also have to ask the question, do they want to put a Hetmyer there? And because if they do that, put a batter in that position, that means that the team will be short a bowler, right? So more than likely, I think in that number 7 position, the team will probably put an all-rounder there. So not that any all-rounder can replace what Andre Russell does, but as far as the team will still need a batter and a bowler in that position. So that might not be where Hetmyer plays, So it will still be tough for Hetmyer to get in, but I do think he will get playing time, As to when, not sure. Something might go because obviously it's a series and they're building towards the next World Cup. So Sammy will want to have a look at Hetmyer. Maybe play him instead of Rutherford for the first few matches, or playing Rutherford and seeing how Rutherford does, and if Rutherford doesn't perform, then bringing Hetmyer. Not sure how they'll go about doing it, but I do see Hetmyer getting some game time in this series. But like I said, it's still tough, you know, because the batting remains the same, right? So it will be interesting to see what they do with Hetmyer. But I personally, I want to see Hetmyer get an opportunity to bat in the team. You know, I know when it comes to Hetmyer, the fans are divided. You know, something that he should not be in the team. Others want to see him in the team, like myself, right? And it's not that I have a bias to Hetmyer or anything. It's just that you know the talent is there, so you want to see him get the opportunity to play, right? If he gets the opportunity to play and doesn't perform, then he gets dropped from the team. That's just how I look at it, right? It's never favoritism towards any player or hate towards any player for that matter, right? So, but that's that's my thoughts on whether Shamar and Hetmyer will get in. You know, Shamar for sure, I think he will get his opportunity to play, you know, based on the players that are missing and the bowling lineup. You know, Hetmyer on the other hand, the batting lineup is a bit similar. So it will be interesting to see what they do to get him in the lineup. But I do think that at some point in the series, he will take part in the series, right? So, but that's all I have for you in this video. If you're not subscribers, you know, definitely share your thoughts in the comment section as it relates to this topic. And yeah, like the video as always, you know, subscribe to the channel. And as always, thank you for tuning in, and I will see you in the next video.